Welcome to FatFitFam, Singapore's realest fitness podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm Jimmy.
And today we're continuing our conversation about
Ramadan episode.
the Ramadan fasting episode. Yeah. So previously, Jimmy, just to recap, we talked about the diet and actually we recap what Ramadan is, when it is this year.
Diets, the benefits of dieting and intermittent fasting. So we're not dieting but fasting.
Yeah.
And then how to cope with the diet and breaking fast.
Yes, that period of not eating essentially, and also non-smoking. Highlight that also. Okay, so let me just flash our slides again. So we stopped here at avoid indulgence. So that means really when you are having your sahur or iftar, don't eat too much. Also maintain your 24-hour span of calorie intake.
Very aware of what you put in your body, your composition.
So okay, so next one, the training portion. Okay, so Ramadan schedule.
When should I work out? So looking at the timings,
I
wouldn't want to push myself too hard in the morning.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to push myself too hard in the morning. So let's say if I really push too hard, then I collapse and I get thirsty. Yeah, so probably not in the morning.
You're right,
I also don't want to do it after my dinner because I probably have a big dinner. So probably I have it around 6 to 7.
Ooh, bang on. You are correct. Okay. So, me personally also, the answer is actually it depends. Okay. So, there are two best options in my opinion. One is the best performance, another one is more weight loss focus. Okay. For me, last year, I was doing a bit more of this weight loss focus part. Okay, I'll talk about the best performance part, which is just 1-2 hours after iftar. So, this is about 9:30. So you remember, makan time is about 7. Then maybe you need a bit to digest. So maybe 9:30, maybe even 9. You can try. Like I told you, it depends on individual because my body is adapted to digesting very fast. So I want to say that So for best performance is 1 or 2 hours after iftar. So like I said, my body can digest things very quickly. So after 30 minutes of eating, actually I can start working out already. But again, it depends on the weight of the meal. So if I had a heavy meal, then it will take a bit longer.
And also the composition, I would guess if you eat more oily, more spicy, then it will be tough.
You'll be struggling, you will be struggling, Okay, but why it's good, the first one, best performance, is you're hydrated, you're filled up with carbs, so you have the energy to push, and possibly, like what you mentioned, this could be a 1 meal a day. So that means you don't eat sahur actually, which is also
so
possible.
Probably morning will be a very very light meal, water, then dinner will be a heavy meal.
Correct.
After that you max out your workout.
Correct. Okay. So but what I wanted to cover here is that else you will compromise sleep. If you don't eat 1 meal a day and you force yourself to do both sahur and iftar, right? So if I go back to this slide, if you force yourself to do a 7:30 a.m. Meal, a 7 p.m. meal, and then you train at 9:30, you actually realize that we just talked about this off class also, is that when you're working out, you have this buzz, so it will take a while for your body to cool down and then you go to sleep. So when you go to sleep, you will be sleeping at about, let's say, 11-ish, maybe 11:30, earliest. So that's a problem because if you're sleeping at 11:30 or maybe even 12, right, but you're waking at 5:30 and you're staying awake, you actually don't have your 7 hours of sleep. So that's why I want to highlight here that you can skip sahur and just focus on 1 meal and do this best performance method so that you can prioritize your sleep also. Okay.
I'm trying to process this. So 11:30 will be about the time you sleep. Then you wake up at 5 again. So it's 7 hours. It's only 7 hours of sleep.
I think this one is blocking.
Either you're gonna have either you skip sahur and wake up later. But then it's gonna affect your hydration, and probably you want to wake up for that, just for that.
Correct. So I would say this best performance is very tricky to get right. Or like I said, unless you are genetically or your body is like mine where you can digest very fast, i.e. you eat by 7:30 and then 8 o'clock you want to go work out.
Probably an hour would be the best time.
But typically actually for Muslims in Singapore also, we have this thing called Tarawih, which happens after 8. So this might not be in that would not fit that schedule also. So there's this should I call it special prayers that you do during Ramadan period for these 30 days that is typically from 8 o'clock all the way to like 9:30, etc. So if you want to work out, you work out after that. So that is one option. So you take that period to digest. But the problem again, like I say, is because you're sleeping really late and then you have to wake up really early in the morning. So that might pose a problem. So yeah, so what I recommend is actually the second one. Let me move our screen again. So the what I recommend is second one, which is what I do and exactly what you suggested. And you're right. So just before iftar at 6 p.m. So it's a bit okay. You won't have your best performance.
It's going to be tough because you need to drink water.
You might be lifting less weights than you are in your normal like non-fasting period. And for runs also, you might be not as fast. Your pace might not be as fast, or you cannot go as far. But then what we always say here is also any workout is better than no workout, right? And especially in Ramadan period, in my opinion, you're focusing more on the dieting and the fasting portion rather than the running portion. So I would say competing or being in peak performance in Ramadan is really very difficult.
Oh, I have an idea. How about you work out just before iftar? So let's say 7, right? 7 is your iftar. You start at about 6:45. So you 15 minutes, then once you hit iftar 7 p.m, you can drink your water, eat some calories.
I mean, yeah, in theory you can. In theory you can. But I would be so hungry I want to eat a full meal, you know what I mean? And not just snack. That's a good suggestion. Okay, but from what I did last year is I actually worked out about 6 p.m. Okay, the downside of it is some of us or most of us are office workers, so it's very tricky to get home in time. Sometimes you get home, you straight away need to eat already, or like it's 7 o'clock when you get home. So this one you really have to see how you can do this lah. So so that's why I say you can adjust between these two best options here. Okay, so just before iftar at 6 p.m, then you eat. In a way, you're earning your calories, so you're burning your calories and you're gonna consume it later on. And that which is the second point, where you're supplying yourself with nutrition straight after the workout, which helps a lot in recovery, helps a lot in building muscle. So to those of you who don't know, and what we learned in our CBT course, actually going to the gym or running doesn't build your muscle. The building of muscle is actually after, i.e. your recovery, what you put inside your body, your proteins and all these are the things that are building your muscle. I won't go too much in depth, but actually when you are working out, you are stressing your muscle so that afterwards they can recover with the nutrition. Okay, I'll leave it at that high level first. So that's why the second option to me, it feels better. And of course, again, great balance of sleep and nutrition. So you don't compromise your sleep, 7 hours, and also your nutrition is still there.
But it's very tricky, like what you mentioned.
Very tricky.
You're gonna work out hungry and thirsty.
Exactly. Yeah, you're gonna work out fasted lah. Okay.
How are you gonna? So I'm very curious how you're gonna push yourself.
So from my perspective is you are not pushing yourself to your max limit during Ramadan.
Okay.
Like I said, so it's very difficult for you to be in peak performance where you are. In a way, you can take it as like a deload week, but deload month.
That's very interesting. You can plan your schedule of your workouts. So you can peak just before Ramadan.
Correct.
And use Ramadan as a deload. Then after Ramadan, you go back up again.
Exactly. So again, I would say Ramadan is a bit more focused, less on the physical workout, but more of your discipline, more of your fixing your body clock of eating, all these kind of fitness adjacent aspects, but not actually fitness itself.
So a lot of planning involved also.
Correct. So I won't be surprised if I lift a lot less during the Ramadan period, when I work out. But at the same time, I'm also okay lah. I mean, it is what it is. It is
perfect expected
to be like that.
If you have it in your schedule, it's a rest week, rest month. But of course, you still do your maintenance, your daily maintenance. So maybe one tip to the viewers out there is also, for me, my base has always been steps. So despite these two suggested programs or like when to work out, right, I would say still focus on your steps per day. So avoid being sedentary. So I know it's very easy, like for example at lunchtime, because everyone go makan lah, then you're just gonna sit at your desk, maybe use your phone or whatever and just relax, right? I actually encourage you to just get up and just go and walk. For us office workers, we have this tendency, right? But for what about blue collar workers?
Okay, I mean blue collar workers, to me, you will already be in an active movement part, so I'm not too worried. Yeah. So I have friends who are like physios. I have friends who work in a hospital or whatever. I know they're walking up and down all the time. So to me that's fine. Like you're there. So it's more of those, like you said, office workers, right? At lunchtime, I really encourage you, even if you're fasting, just get up and just go have a walk lah. Go and enjoy the free air. You know, just go and have a walk and
if you have
wherever and come back.
if you have a standing desk, it'll be good too.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah.
Try to work the muscles.
Yeah. Correct, yeah. Even I myself am thinking, well, usually I gym lunchtime. We talked about this previous episode. Jimmy gyms lunchtime. I'm also thinking during my lunchtime, I'll just go to the gym, just go on the treadmill, very slow pace, 4 kilometers per hour, put my Netflix on the treadmill and just watch and walk. Yeah. So I that's gonna be my new plan for this Ramadan, just to keep my burning up lah.
Maintenance and calorie maintenance.
Yes, but also this is my secret to, if I want to upsize for dinner, then I'll be burning extra calories during lunch, right? So if dinner I'm like, I need the McDonald's, but I want to upsize, and then I will just walk more lah at lunch.
Now I think in February that's the Chinese New Year menu. Stir fries, that's the best. You gotta work hard for the stir fries.
Yeah. So back to this point was right. There's a bit of cultural, which I'll get to it in a bit. Okay. Jimmy, I don't know if you know this, but Malays or the makciks always say, "Come eat some more lah, eat some more." You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Asian,
do you feel that? Do you feel that?
I feel that too.
So whenever I'm at my parents' house for iftar or whatever, they always say, just add more. You know, just keep adding. And sometimes culturally, okay lah. How am I gonna say no to my mom, right? Or how am I gonna say no to my parents or even some of the makciks? So my ideal state is I'm gonna do more steps to burn off these calories first. So like I mentioned in the slides, at the bottom point here, which is to earn your calories. So if I'm walking at lunch, let's say my typical step is 10,000 steps a day, but if I can push to 15k, it means that in dinner time I can say yes to my parents without any guilt, because I know I burnt it already. So it's a good balance lah from here. Welcome to FatFitFam. So this year 2026 we're collabing with Repeat Order for protein coffee and
matcha creatine.
Yeah, matcha creatine. You can mix and match also. You can put creatine in your coffee or protein in your matcha. So up to you, right? So order from Repeat Order and enjoy. Remember to eat well,
run fast,
lift heavy, and get your coffee fix from Repeat Order. Okay, so this is a topic that some people wanted me to talk about, which is sleep versus sahur. So, yes. Okay, let me shift us away. Okay lah. So it's sleep versus sahur. So, what should we prioritize, right? Is it sleep, which we all know is one of the key pillars of fitness and even losing weight, which helps you clear all your things and
resets the mind, resets the brain,
exactly,
and then your muscles can recover faster.
Yes.
Not faster, but more time for it to recover.
Versus waking up to sahur to just have that meal to give yourself nutrients for the rest of the day. Okay, in my opinion, highlight there in white below, right? This is not research back. This is just what I do and I believe is that your 7 hours of sleep is objectively more important than the eating of food in the morning. Okay, if you want, I would say wake up lightly just to drink water and then go back to sleep. Yeah, for sahur time. Okay. Because in my opinion, really sleeping helps you a lot more than just fitness. It helps your mood. It helps to balance your hormones, things like that. So you don't get agitated or that kind of thing. Having lack of sleep is worse than having or doing OMAD.
You would rather be hungry than lack of sleep.
Correct. Yeah. So again, it's only just 30 days where you're doing this adjustment. If you can, of course, try to hit that sahur, but with your 7 hours of sleep. But in those some days, which even I fall prey to, where, you know, like I say, if you go to the bazaar and then you're out at night with your friends till like 10 p.m, then you're like, I got probably not enough 7 hours of sleep, right? I will actually just skip the sahur and just continue the rest of my day.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't make it a norm. I'm not saying every day sleep over sahur. I'm just saying if you really have to choose sleep. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. You have any comments about it?
I think my biggest fear is how am I going to survive from night all the way to the following night without drinking water. I think water is the very most like
Sure. Yeah.
topmost thing in my mind.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
But
So do you really wake up for like 10 minutes just to spam water?
no. So what I actually do is let's say I come home late at night, let's say midnight, right? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna wake up for sahur, right?
Yeah.
I'll just spam water that night before I go to sleep.
Okay.
So at that midnight, yeah.
So you must really adjust and compensate
Exactly.
for what you are missing out on. Or my other idea is you IV drip. You at night just IV drip, right?
While sleeping, right?
Then you get your water already.
Okay, so objectively lah, I would think sleep versus sahur. But then again, it's according to your body. Everybody's body is different. But for me, long-term results wise, sleep is actually very important. Okay. Next one. So some of you say, or those who wanted to start working out, right? So some of you like, oh, it's Ramadan, I don't have to work out, or it's Ramadan lah, I can have a break, I can eat whatever I want. Excuses everywhere, right? So I will cover that. Of course, know your limits. That means don't go to the gym super fasted, then try your PR, max bench. That's your limit. Right? You're definitely not gonna hit it because your body is not filled with the nutrients, it's not fueled up. But at the same time, don't make excuses. Don't say, oh, because I'm fasting, right? At lunchtime, I should just lie down on the couch. Or at lunchtime, I should just sit in my chair and use my phone. No, it's not an excuse. You can go have a walk, very slow walk, but at least movement for you for the day. And burn very passive calories, right? Yeah. Okay,
So
agree?
calorie-wise, passively, you can...
Yes, accumulate it slowly. Yeah.
But I think maybe my question would be, how about strength? Like, so really use it as a deload wing.
Yes,
so
I think
not
strength-wise, you really cannot. Very difficult lah.
Very difficult to gain.
Yeah, unless you can sleep like like we always mention, unless you are actually like a full-time trainer or something, where you have time in the afternoon to maybe take a nap or this kind of thing, which not all of us have the luxuries for.
Yeah.
I'm taking the base of us being office workers. How you gonna get your sleep? How you gonna sahur? How you gonna iftar and all this at the same time? I think it's quite impossible for strength.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can maintain strength definitely, but definitely not peaking or maybe progressive overload even. Can even use this as a deload week, right? Okay. So next one. Okay. So as we approach the end of Ramadan, you will hit Hari Raya, right?
Okay.
So Hari Raya, if you see the pictures I put up here.
So these are the snacks. You can spam your meals already.
Yeah, so no lah, I wouldn't say spam lah. Okay, so I just highlight here the customary is this kind of food, right?
Yes.
Very high in oil, very fried.
In Chinese New Year, something similar. A lot of snacks. Every house you go to,
Yes.
the snacks are crazy.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
we have this thing. It's called bakwa. It's your barbecued pork.
Yeah, in Malay, ding ding lah.
Same lah. It's chicken also. It's turkey. One slice is upwards to 400, 500 calories.
Right.
So, it's crazy high.
Yeah.
I will assume all these items also are crazy high.
All the rendang, the lemak cili padi, all this kind of thing. I know a lot of my friends, they really look forward to Hari Raya to have this food. And I say, I'm not stopping you to not have this food. In fact, in the Malay quiz or whatever, even I have my own, what do you call it, like guilty pleasures lah, of quiz also that I also want to eat. But of course, everything is in moderation, right? Okay, so here are some tips for you when you hit your Hari Raya visiting. Next slide. Okay. Quite cool, this image. I used ChatGPT to generate.
I thought that was a real picture.
Yeah, you think it's a real picture? Yeah, it looks good, right? Okay.
It looks very good nowadays.
Call him back. Yeah, it looks real. It's crazy.
Only plain water, no sodas.
Okay. So this is the one that I wanted to highlight. Okay, what I usually see in my own experience that when you go Hari Raya visiting, every house is stocked up with FNN. FNN sodas, Fanta, Zapple flavor, ice cream soda flavor, and everyone just like pouring like free like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's my biggest tip to all of you. You want to eat your rendang, you want to eat your whatever, give up on the soda. Soda is actually, because honestly when you go visiting, right, you're wearing these outfits, you're very hot, very warm, and then you are
hydrate.
Yeah, and then you're going around the houses and whatever, you want to hydrate. But if you keep hydrating yourself with the soda, that sugar builds up.
One can is about 140 calories if I'm not wrong.
You suggest
one serving. Yeah, so probably not the best also to stock up.
And it doesn't actually keep you hydrated. Yeah.
Correct, because the sugars, it will keep you thirstier.
Exactly. So then you just keep drinking and drinking. So my advice to all of you is really drink only plain water.
Maybe zero sugar.
Yes.
But I think too much of that also might be a bit
yeah, not so
I've
good.
been reading up also
there are
about
some
stevia.
other additives, right?
Yeah, I've been reading about stevia that it might not be the best thing to substitute for sugars also.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing is ice water, normal
Correct,
water.
normal
Teas
water.
maybe
teas,
clean
but
teas without milk.
Yeah. So actually, in fact, right, Jimmy, if you come to my house in Hari Raya period, right, I actually only offer plain water. So those of you who want to come and visit, right, I give you a caveat first. If you come to my house, right, it's a plain water house, by the way. We do not buy sodas because I really believe in this number one point.
In fact, 100 plus.
No, mine is plain water. Okay, so my house, right, is plain water, and when my friends come and visit everything, right, I tell them when you come to my house, right, this is the reset house. That means every other house you drink soda, right? This is the house that you clean it all out and you drink all the water. Okay, so okay, yeah, both ice, warm, whatever, but plain water. Okay, this is my number one trick is drink only plain water. Okay, number two is eat in small portions. So, I mean, this is quite obvious, right? Because you're eating in so many houses. Okay, maybe for Chinese New Year, you only have 2 or 3, right? But in my visiting culture, maybe you have all the, like your grandma's sister, your grandma's brother. You are going maybe up to 8 houses in a day. Are you going to eat 8 times? Perhaps, because like I said, there's that cultural aspect of
everyone cooks, right, in the family. Then you're expected to show a bit of face.
Yes.
To eat a bit.
They offer you, go and have some food, go and have some food. Right. Then you cannot just deny, oh no, whatever.
And actually, the more you eat, the more respect you show.
Correct, something like that. So, but to me is 2 and 3 lah. Points 2 and 3, eat in small portions and prioritize protein. So that means, right, if you have like a lot of lontong, right, you can have.
Oh, I love lontong.
Yeah, okay. So lontong is the rice cake, right?
I love the texture of the rice cake, actually.
Sure, yeah. But if you have too much of that carbs, but you're not burning it off, you're actually just storing it, and it's going to be stored as fat. So have maybe 1-2 slices of lontong, and then have more of the meats. Okay, but the meats also. Yes, you can have like your your rendang and all this kind of thing. But go light on the sauces, right? So have more of just the protein itself if you can. I know some of them is just already poured over. But again, keep your portion small, right? Just remind yourself, I have another few more houses to go. I want to eat more. And I honestly, for me also, I also feel each different house, right? Even though it's the same dish, it might taste a bit different because of how the host cooks it. So I do want to try a bit here and there. So keep your portion small. And again, prioritize protein. Yeah.
Well, after listening to your descriptions of the foods, right, I find it very difficult to stop myself.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's only one day. But it's only one day of Hari Raya.
No, okay. For Hari Raya, it's not one day. Hari Raya is a month.
Oh, a month?
Yeah. So this is something you didn't know.
Okay, then this is something you take note of.
Okay, yes. So, So if Hari Raya is the first day, and typically first day you just go to your parents, possibly your grandparents. But then the weekends after, right, you're always visiting your, like I said, your cousins or your grandma's siblings or your grandma's cousins. All these people that you only see once a year. Okay, no disrespect. I really see them only once a year. And then of course your traditional, I give you ang pao, this kind of thing. But the cultural center of it is actually the food, which is eating the kueh, eating the whatever they cook for you, etc. So again, go light and manage your portions accordingly. It's 1 month,
I see.
So
because
in a way, it's 8 weekend days.
Okay, then now you really need to take note of.
Yes.
Because I think for Chinese New Year, it's like 1 or 2 days, then we're done. Okay, technically it's 14 days, but I think in Singapore context, we cut short it to 2 days.
Right.
And then I think 2 days is you can just whack.
Yeah, I think for Chinese New Year it'll be okay. You 2 days wouldn't affect your diet that much.
Yeah.
In fact, it will probably increase your sodium level a little bit, and all you need to do is flush it out with water. So just drink a lot of water, and then you're actually back reset your diet.
But I think for this is if it's a whole month, then you really need to prioritize your proteins and really make sure that you don't overdose on carbs.
Exactly.
And oils.
And the oils, exactly.
The sauces.
Correct. Yeah.
And it's very hard to resist.
And your kueh and all this
sugars.
Actually, to sidetrack to that, right? I mean, obviously, I have my own place. So, like when people come over and visit, whatever, right? What I realized over the past few years, and I've also spoken about this to my wife, is that this year what I want to do different, right? Is I want to buy less kuehs. Because, right, I realized I used to like go to Malaysia JB and then I'll buy like the kuih. I'm like, oh, I think this would be nice, this would be nice. I buy. Right? Then what happened was that I had like a chunk, like a table full of kuihs, right, expecting people to come. Then maybe a few people come, yeah, and then they say, hey, eat my kuih, and then they eat small portions and like, oh, okay, I don't eat so much now. Okay. Then at the end of Ramadan, I have so much kuih, bro. Like,
then you need to figure out how to finish it, alright?
I either eat it myself or quite disciplined last year, I just throw it away, which is a waste of money. But I think the warning here is that if you have your own place and you're hosting people, right, maybe buy the kuihs in moderation also, so that you don't end up eating it by yourself. At the same time also, when people want to eat and they don't be scared of there's not enough food for them lah. I'm pretty sure
is there healthy snacks?
That's a very good question, and maybe we should not put this in the podcast, but I was always thinking about making healthy kuihs.
There is, okay, when
you know what I mean? Yeah,
when I was in Bali, they have what? Tempeh chips,
or like a
baked chips,
or like vegan healthy brownies. I had one the other day where it's just like very, I wouldn't say it's low in calories, but it's very low in sugar and all this kind of thing. So
and also helps you in protein.
Correct. Yeah, we could have a FatFitFam collab with a home-based baker, and then we already have a collab with repeat order, right, with a like really fitness-based, protein-based, creatine-based drinks. So now what if we do kuih, right?
Some kind of kuih, like some jelly, you know?
Maybe throw it out there.
Sugar-free jellies.
We've seen this as products, but never as a cultural thing where people buy it for the house. Maybe I can do it this year. Let's see.
I'm still thinking in my head, like kuih pumpkin was so delicious. So how do you substitute it with anything else? I think it's possible.
Maybe.
The butter, everything. Okay, but
back to my point. Next one is eat at alternate houses. This is something that I actually do with my wife. It's a cheat code lah. So if you go, let's say we have 4 houses to go, right? I will only eat at the first and third house. Then she will eat at the second and fourth house.
Turns.
Yeah, we take turns.
Okay.
So we will like sit together, right? Then later the makcik will say, it's like. So we sit together, then the makcik will say, hey, go eat. Then I'm like, okay, you help me take the food. But then actually only you take, only you eat. Then I pretend like eating together, but actually I'm not eating anything. Then the next house is the alternate. It's like,
that's a great idea.
Yeah, then I go, then the makcik will like, take some more food. Okay, I go and take. Then only I take. So this is a really good cheat code for those with partners or married and all this kind of thing. Very, very easy cheat code.
Or you eat at alternate houses. What if you tapao? Like you take away?
But I think the makciks want to see you eat, you know what I mean? Okay. So at least if one representative of your couple go and take, right, I think it's not so bad. Okay, number 5, I think it's exactly what I mentioned earlier, which is to continue to crop your steps. Okay, but of course, if you can, right, to me I did this when I Hari Raya visiting with my friends, the friend group, right, is that if their houses are like level 5 or 4 like that, just take the stairs. Yeah, why not, right? Why not? You are eating anyway. You typically we will drive to places because it's far apart and whatever. So after we drive to that place, we just go and park and then we just take the stairs. So even at the car park, take the stairs. Go up to their houses, take the stairs. So just try to actively burn more calories as you do your visiting. Yeah.
So maybe after you eat also, you can go for a short walk.
Sure, if you have the time. You have the time, But my advice is, just continue to have a look at your steps and
calorie
keep
intake,
that up.
in and out.
Correct, So number 6 is what you mentioned earlier. One day won't hurt. So yes, it will for Ramadan or for Hari Raya, because Hari Raya is 1 month. So when it's 1 month, if you start at the first day, you say, oh, this is the 1 day. But then tomorrow is still the 1 day. And then the next week is still your 1 day. So this is how habits will start creeping in. And then you also might not even notice it.
I think it depends. Like for example, I think for us, I also have a cheat day kind of. So, but if you really have the cheat day, you need to be very, very disciplined for the 6 days.
Correct.
So
to come
it's all
back
about discipline. And,
exactly.
I think each day will matter. And then one day you can have your cheat day. And that will be definitely perfect.
So Jimmy, correct me if I'm wrong. From my understanding, right, actually calorie deficit is accounted for on a weekly basis.
Or maybe longer, not just a single point. But the point reference.
The general consensus is about weekly, right?
Yes.
So maybe, just throwing your point there, if you eat heavy or whatever for Hari Raya visiting on the weekends, for the rest of the week, maybe go on a deeper level of calorie deficit. Have a bigger cut in your day-to-day lah. So your overall week would be still in a deficit or maintenance at least.
Yeah. Or
So
if you're gaining weight,
if you gain weight, just whack lah. Yeah, just whack lah. Yeah.
I think you can eat also, but I guess you still need to have the proper routine to build muscle.
Correct.
And that's when you can transform the food you eat into muscle.
Correct. Yeah.
So you be more functional,
True.
and move better.
Yeah.
So
It's a fine balance.
it's a fine balance. And then even after you eat already, make sure you eat the
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Don't spam the oil.
The oil, deep fried stuff.
And then you feel more tired. You affect your
which ends up you being the skinny fat, which we talked about
skinny
before.
fat, which is terrible.
It could be like where you don't eat, then when you eat, you only eat all the unhealthy stuff. You actually end up as skinny fat. Where you are de-energized and you actually look okay from the outside, but actually
once you take out your shirt, you realize you have a bulge. And then,
you cannot run. You gas out.
Correct.
This kind of thing.
Yes. So don't care about the machiks.
Yes.
How's that possible?
My last point here is that don't be like, okay, last time I used to have this feeling, I feel guilty if I reject this makcik or whatever, because she's so kind to me, she cooked for me already. By the end of the day, kindly tell them that you're trying to be healthier. Especially those of you who are really, really trying to make a change this year, 2026. Tell them that you're really trying to lose weight because like I said, the statistics in the previous episode, right, is that Malay Muslims are one of the highest, or is the highest unhealthiest in the percentage in the whole of Singapore. So if you are really, big size, oversized like I was last year, and a makcik tells you, you diet, never mind lah, it's just one day. Then you just tell her kindly, no, I'm really trying very hard. Please respect that I just want to drink plain water. Yeah, like that, something like that. Right? Kindly, of course. And I put that last point, if they really love and respect you, they will understand. Yeah. And they really see, this guy is really trying to make the change for the better. Yeah. Okay, so just to cap this off, right, I'm also expecting in a very arrogant way, right, that this time when I go Hari Raya visiting, right, all the makciks will be like, hey, you lost a lot of weight. Yeah, because I look very different from what I did last year.
After 1 year of not visiting.
So if I don't see them, right, then they say, you look very different. And in fact, I'm getting a lot of that at work. Okay, that's a sidetrack. But I want to kind of put it forth to them that yes, because it was an active decision and every day I'm thinking about it. And it's not just during the Hari Raya I decided to have my cheat days or whatever. So all of you can do the same and look completely different next year. Okay? Or even in the very near future. Okay, I think I'm down to my last slide. Yeah, so just to recap, the workout times. So I really do think the optimal is just before iftar, which is at about 6 plus. You push hard but know your limits. But at the same time also, even if you you push your hardest, it might not be your most peak because of the way your body is.
You really have to plan your whole year schedule.
Correct.
Or maybe
a few months
before. Ramadan's coming. I want to peak before that.
Correct.
Then once you deload, then you go back up again.
Yeah.
So it'll be perfect. Yeah.
So
really perfect for your deload week.
Yeah.
Be it running, be it strength training. I think every type of
workout
goal you have, you should deload. Yeah, you should peak then deload so that you can go higher.
Yeah. Just to share with you, I think we were just talking about this offcast about High Rocks. So High Rocks is in April.
It's in April.
And I have friends who are joining, right? Who are Malay Muslims, right? Then I'm also thinking this might not be optimal, no? Because your training, right, is the whole of Ramadan, no? How are you going
so
to?
It's until 21st March.
Yeah. So
you
training
have 1
is
week left.
Yeah, tricky, right?
It's very tricky.
If it was me, and it is me, I won't join High Rocks this cycle.
Yeah.
Just because of this.
Plus, most gyms also close at about 10 something unless you have a 24-hour gym.
Yeah. So in my opinion, this most upcoming High Rocks might not be the peak performance for a lot of the Malay Muslims lah. So those of you who sign up for it, I don't know, comment down below how you're going to train, how are you going to do this. Yeah.
Probably in the evenings or
like
super early mornings. But even super early mornings, the gym don't even open yet.
Sure, yeah. and like I said, even if you have all this, let's say AF or Snap Fitness 24/7, you will compromise your sleep, I feel, depending on this schedule, right? It really looks like you're going to compromise
unless you nap in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting, right? You can gym in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And, but it's going to be very tough
tricky,
on your schedule.
Very tricky.
Yeah, it's going to screw up your schedule.
Exactly. So those of you who are doing High Rocks in the upcoming April one, all the best, man.
Yeah, you only have a week after Hari Raya.
Which is not enough.
Yeah, it's definitely not enough.
No. You need, like the time you mentioned, 1 to 3 months, right?
Yes, plus you need to run a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very hard. Like just now you showed me the table. Like when do you run in in the evening.
Yeah.
But then you need to run like minimally 10k, do your intervals.
Yes. So if you start at 9:30
for
and
me,
you're running 10k, you are sleeping at 1 a.m. But then you're waking up at 5:30 a.m.
Correct.
So it doesn't make sense.
And I think what you mentioned also, like for some reason after I work out and then I come back around 9 something,
You're buzzing.
I'm buzzing, I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
And if you're pushing really hard, right, your legs will be sore.
Yeah.
Then I just lie on a bed. I feel very tired. I feel super tired, but I just
But you cannot sleep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's something that really, really tough. So probably you can complete, but to really achieve is very tough.
Very tricky.
You can try different locations, I guess, not just Singapore.
Yeah. Okay, so good wrap to the episode. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Comment down below. What does your training for Ramadan look like? Especially those going for the high rocks. What does it look like for you? But those of you who are, let's say, just starting out this year, you want to try training while Ramadan. Maybe throw down a comment below. How do you plan to train? You plan to only do running, which is also okay, or if you want to squeeze in some
walking,
gym time,
some strength training.
So what do you think will be comfortable for you? If you're not Muslim, like Jimmy, will you give fasting a go? Of course,
like intermittent fasting.
If you want to try, And for those of you who have been doing this for a while, or like training and taking care of fitness, any other Ramadan Hari Raya tips? So, my number one Hari Raya tip is really just drink only plain water. And I have actually been doing this myself. I always go to the house and I always ask, "Do you have plain water?" Like, I don't want this sodas. So and cannot be the house no plain water. The tap water also just take.
Else bring a bottle, I guess.
That's a good idea. Okay, remember to like, share and subscribe. Look forward to future episodes. Next episode, exciting one. I'm quite excited to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, remember to eat well,
run fast,
and lift heavy.
Thanks for watching.
See you in the next episode.
Bye.